Game is over. This is Lance Russell, and we're looking forward to the action that's coming up on this week's Championship Wrestling. Yes, sir, we're going to be right at ringside, as a matter of fact, at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, where the action has taken place. And you'll be seeing some teams that we haven't seen for quite some time along here. Starting with the opening bout, it'll be David Haskins and Billy Travis going against Randy Rose and Doug Summers. And then we'll be taking a look at the Oates brothers, Ted and Jerry Oates. They'll be facing Mr. X and Mr. Wrestling. Also, we're going to have a conversation with Tux Newman about the PYT and some of that action, and be going back and taking a look at a tag team that'll be coming back into the area before long. Additionally, the Universal Heartthrob takes on another wrestler out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Bobby Colt. We'll have that action. And finally, a tag match with Steve Constant and Tim Ashley in action. All of that coming up this week on Championship Wrestling. Stay right where you are. We'll be back with the action in a moment.
Alexander Real Estate and Auction announces a public land sale Saturday, May 11th at 12 noon, located 10 miles south of Union City on 45 West. Bid on over 1,500 acres of prime Obion River bottom land, offered in 6 tracts, 1,026 acres in 1 field. 15% down day of sale, balance 30 days upon delivery of deed. Equipment sells at 1 p.m., land at 2. Contact Alexander Real Estate and Auction Sales, 587-4244 in Martin, Tennessee.
Coming up right now, Haskins and Travis will be going against Randy Rose and Doug Summers. Doing the matches will be a couple of old friends of ours, Les Thatcher and Michael St. John. Let's go to ringside.
David Haskins and Billy Travis out in our first event against Randy Rose and Doug Summers. And, of course, Michael, the team of Summers and Rose have been together for quite some time. They're veteran campaigners. They're a tough combination.
Rose will start for his team against Billy Travis. We've got a bell. We've got action.
And Travis circling, jockeying for a position. I think what we're seeing here, the two veterans have got a couple young fellows that have a lot of speed to burn, a lot of desire, a lot of championship caliber spirit. But, of course, the veterans, you've always got to watch them because these guys are never beaten until that final bell tolls. Rose.
Good go behind by Rose. Puts Travis to the canvas. Tries for a quick cover. Travis coming up very quickly. Speed against size here, Les.
Exactly, and the tag goes to Doug Summers. And, of course, that's part of the tag team game, Michael. You've got to get in and out of that ring quickly. You've got to anticipate your partner, keep the fresh man in all time. Nice takedown by Doug Summers.
Front face roll. Summers with the advantage. Rolls over, gets a count. 2 count on Travis. He's up quickly, though.
Summers right on top of him, as you noticed. As Travis kicked out, Doug was waiting on him, anticipating. But, of course, there is where the experience of the veterans is going to stand them in good stead.
The team of Summers and Rose quickly tagging out. Randy Rose back in the ring. Front chancery on Travis. Brings him down to the mat.
You see, good strategy on the part of Rose. They realize, too, that they have these youngsters in the experience department, in the power department, but they know the youngsters have got the speed, and watch Rose. They're trying to keep Travis on that canvas and take that speed away from him.
Trying to neutralize that speed of Randy Rose. He remains on the canvas. Dropping back down on him one more time. Randy coming down on Travis, trying to wear him down very quickly here.
Exactly. And you notice there's the tag goes once again to Summers. Summers right in and goes to the midsection. In any sport, you take an athlete's wind away from him, Michael. You've taken his game away from him.
Side salto, going for a cover. 1, 2. Tag out very quickly again. Rose coming back in. They've kept Travis at the ring for the duration of the match thus far. Travis unable to make a tag. And once more, Rose with that front chancery on Travis.
Rose and Summers controlling the offense up to this point. And you know, a good way to watch a tag team match in professional wrestling, draw an imaginary line from neutral corner to neutral corner. You try and keep your opponents on your side of that line, and thus far, Rose and Summers have been doing exactly that.
Voice of authority, of course, Les Thatcher, you're hearing, ex-professional wrestler, and a mighty good one, I might add. Quickly, Travis moved into the corner now. Rose going to back up. Oh, chopped him.
Rose will take those shortcuts, and you've got to watch for them. Of course, referee Charlie Smith moving in, calling for the break, but Rose taking every advantage that he can and sends Travis crashing cross corner.
Here he comes. him down. Travis moving right in.
Randy Rose may have shortchanged Travis just a little bit, and you saw evidence of that there. And now it is Travis in the offensive posture, but I believe right at this point, Billy should be making that tag and taking a breather, Michael.
Rose was shaken up. Travis moved in, but did not do enough damage. Quickly, Rose makes the tag into the ring. Doug Summers from Minnesota.
And here again, the veterans prevail. Travis should have taken Rose to his corner, made the tag, got the rest. But it was Rose getting the tag, and Summers in now, and they're back in the driver's seat.
Head scissors now by Billy Travis. Travis closer now to his corner. He's within tagging distance of David Haskins. Summers trying to come out of that head scissors, and does, in fact. Side headlock now on Travis, but Travis will make the tag, and Haskins will come in for the first time.
Haskins moving in now to take over on Doug Summers, and throws that elbow into the midsection, comes up with a side headlock. Watch the wily veteran Summers now.
He sends him. Here comes Haskins now off the rope. Another shoulder block. Up and over. Nice takedown by Haskins.
Move. Yes, these young fellows are impressive as well. We're talking about the veterans, Michael, but of course, Haskins and Travis are showing a lot of good moves in that ring as well.
Summers underhooks him. Back salto, suplexed him.
Beautiful move on the part of Doug Summers, and turned the defensive maneuver into an offensive advantage. And of course, coming up with that front chancery now. The tag goes to Rose. Let's see what they're going to do on the move.
Little double teaming there. Rose coming in, kicking under the arm to the chest of David Haskins, taking the wind out of him. Following him up, side headlock now.
And once again, the team of Rose and Summers back in the driver's seat. And here Haskins wisely moving toward his corner. Let's see if he's going to make the tag here.
Summers got him in the ropes. He took the hold away from him.
He certainly did. But watch Rose. I can't mention it too many times. A wily veteran, you never can count him out.
Shoulder smash that time. Haskins off the rope again. Rose missed him with the elbow. Haskins coming. Clotheslined him.
Oh, beautiful move by Randy Rose, and he makes the tag, and here again. Look at Rose with a block. Good move.
The tag team maneuvers of Rose and Summers showing their veteran expertise once more.
You know, Summers just coming off in a successful tour. He stops in Honolulu, Singapore, and he wrestled a lot of top wrestlers over there and won a couple tournaments. So he's on a high, and of course, team with Randy Rose, they're a tough combination.
Haskins being worked over. Tag is made. Summers doing the damage. Tagged into Rose. Rose landed smack dab in his chest area. Goes in for the full slam. Down he goes.
Sends Haskins crashing that canvas, and again goes to that midsection. And as we were talking about, you take the wind out of the sails, Michael, you've taken the fight out of the man.
Rose lining in the corner, going to drop the knee across the throat. And Haskins, the worse for wear here. Going for the cover. Two, count of two is all he got. And quickly, Billy Travis in to break it up from outside.
The save made by Billy Travis, his partner, certainly close to a pin there. But here again, not taking advantage of the break. Haskins should have worked his way to that corner. It's Rose and Summers back in the driver's seat once again, Mike.
Tag made. Forearm smash, upper chest area. Haskins again. After the tag was made to Summers, Summers delivering the fatal blow. Look at him, he's positioning the head and coming down on the side of the head.
Summers is not a speed merchant, but he's very methodical. He'll peck away at you and take what he can get. And as you see right here, it has certainly been successful for this combination.
Near pin that time, but out from underneath David Haskins at the 2 count. Full suplex and a big one.
Beautiful move on the part of Doug Summers, trying for that cross-body press now. Gets a 2 count.
Oh, 2.5. Very close. Tag is made. Here comes Randy Rose back in.
If you had to break this down in a couple sentences, this match thus far, Michael, would be constant tagging for the fresh man by Rose and Summers. Haskins and Travis have been denied that, and thus far, if you were giving the points right now, it would all have to go offensively to Doug Summers and Randy Rose.
Rose going after the sleeper now, drops it in favor of a couple of knees to the mid-back. Haskins still down, smashed by Rose. Boy, he's going wild in that ring.
Staying right on top of him, he has the advantage. He's not about to give an inch. A 2 count, but you got to say this for David Haskins. He's hanging right in there.
Haskins, a lot of pluck, trying to gain a second win. Tag is made. Summers going to come back in. Randy Rose worked him over pretty solid.
He certainly did. Now Doug Summers in the driver's seat, comes up with that headlock, snaps it on, and cranks down on it. Haskins, as you can see, groggy. He's slowed down, Michael. He needs to make that tag. I can't say that often enough. That's important for their team at this juncture.
Coming off the ropes, ducking, full slam, follows through, goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. 2 count was all he got. Near pin that time.
I'm impressed. Haskins pulled it together long enough to stop Summers and has made the tag. So it's a new ball game now as Billy Travis moves in and takes over on Doug Summers.
Travis on the offensive, going to send Summers off the ropes. Back body drop coming up and down. Goes for the cover. over, loops him up. He's got his foot on the ropes. That's going to cause a break.
And, of course, again, a veteran. He knows what the ropes are there for, and he took advantage of it. Summers taking over once again. And the offense that belonged to Travis moments ago was short-lived. It's, again, Randy Rose back in command.
Quick tags again. Travis finds himself in the wrong corner.
Double teaming, and, of course, they have to the count of 5. So they are within the rules until that referee starts his count.
Double teaming on Travis. Haskins starts in. The referee ordering him back to the corner. Tag made one more time.
Doug Summers moves in now, and again, it's Travis being double teamed. Haskins stopped as he tried to come in for the save. Watch here.
They're going to double team him, and it looks. He's going to set him up in a suplex maneuver. Watch out. Oh, my goodness. Rose has got him. Now, Rose has got him off the middle strand of rope. Holy cow.
Oh,
lights out.
Beautiful move, and that's got to be all she wrote.
3 count. Rose got him. That was a most impressive move, but I don't know if technically that's a legal one.
Behind the referee's back, if he doesn't catch them, it's legal as far as they're concerned. And, of course, they came up with a big win out of it, Michael.
Okay, in action here in just a moment. Let me tell you this tonight. Hohenwald, Tennessee, Friday, May the 10th in Brownsville, Tennessee, and the 17th, Bolivar, Tennessee, the 25th, Waverly, Tennessee. Now, let's talk about tomorrow night right there in the Jackson Coliseum, 8 p.m. Boy, sensational night of action. Listen to this final bout. Jerry the King Lawler and the Fabulous Ones, one side of the ring. Dr. D, David Schultz, Randy Macho Man Savage, Lanny Poffo on the other side of the ring.
Impressive. I am so proud. And before I go any further, I am honored to turn it over to Dr. D. David.
I'm glad you said you was going to turn it over to me because I was getting tired. I got a lot of things to say about Jackson, Tennessee. I got so much to say about that redneck down in the whole backwoods town. I lived there, baby. I grew up there. And you people, none of you wanted nothing to do with the doctor. None of you wanted to talk to me. None of you wanted to be my friends when I grew up because I was a poor boy. But I'm the big bully that stood outside and took everybody's money, everybody's lunch money, baby, put it in my pocket. And look where I am now. I'm on top of the world, and I got Randy Savage, Macho Man. I got Leaping Lanny here, and Jerry Lawler's on the other side with the Fabs. What is that, some kind of new washing powder or something? I don't care who you got, Lawler. I'm going to get you because I've always wanted you, especially in Jackson, Tennessee. You know, I hate the town. I hate the town. I hate the people. I hate everybody there except for my mama. And I'm going to get her out of there some way, if Lord's willing. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're going to be there.
You think I got a tag team partner? Do you think that I got a tag team partner, man?
Boy.
Yeah. And we got back here. Yeah, we got another one back here, baby.
Six-man match
here.
But don't forget, you'll have a little competition.
Don't be knocking me, baby. Don't be going on another man's side. I'll slap you. I'll take that hand and slap you. I have slapped people before. Don't be biased out here, baby. I'm coming to Jackson, and I don't want to see nobody I went to school with, but I'm going to take your money.
Come on, America, let's get together, 'cause when we're with you, there's nothing better. We're with you on ABC, with you, we're with you on ABC. Everybody's ready now, look at their faces, come on along with us and we'll take your places. We're with you on ABC, with you, we're with you on ABC. Feel the spirit young and old, we're going for the gold, we'll give you all we've got. This year we're red hot, this magic day and night, with every star inside. We're always in good company, when we're with you on ABC. With you for fantasy, with you for laughter, with you to share your dreams and all that you're after. We're with you on ABC, with you, we're with you on ABC. We're with you on ABC, with you. We're with you on ABC. We're with you on ABC.
This is Tricky Dicky. 99 cents down, 99 cents a month. You call me win. I'm here.
Hello, I'm Joe Mahan of Mahan Motor City. I'm not here to hype you. I've been a Ford Lincoln Mercury dealer for 11 years, and now I also handle AMC Jeep Renault. We're putting Paris, Tennessee on the map as having the best prices and largest selection. We're located at 211 Memorial Drive in Paris. Nobody beats a Joe Mahan deal. Nobody.
Match with the Oates brothers will also be done by Les Thatcher and Michael St. John. Boy, you'll enjoy the action. Let's jump into it.
Charlie Smith checking over each wrestler as they enter the ring and prepare for battle. Les Thatcher, very, very interesting matchup here.
Yes, it certainly is. The two masked men against the two Oates brothers. You know, I think what makes it more interesting, Michael, is the fact that Jerry and Ted Oates have not wrestled together as a team for over 2 years, and they have just been reunited. They worked out some sibling differences, and I'm anxious to see this because they are a great tag team.
Mr. X starting out for his team under the mask. And, of course, for the Oates brothers, that is Ted Oates in the ring right now. And with us, Lou Thez, 18 and a half years, undisputed World's Heavyweight Champion. Lou, we've got quite a match in the ring right now.
Yes, it looks as it is. We have the masked men here who really have the work cut out for them this evening because the Oates boys are very, very swift, to say the least. I think Jerry is really championship caliber material. I think he could very well hold a title at any time.
Crisscross in the ring. Mr. X leapfrogging again. Ted Oates setting him up. Back body drop, and down he goes.
Beautiful move. Teddy with the arm drag and takedown, controlling the action right now. We were talking about great tag teams earlier. We saw Rose and Summers. I think watch here because as what little I've seen, just a couple minutes of this match has been underway, the Oates brothers have lost nothing as far as the tag team combination, Michael.
Jerry Oates into the ring following the tag from Ted. Lou, when you have a brother team working as a tag team, that's got to be some kind of advantage.
It really is, because in a tag team thing, you really need the coordination. These fellows really have it. You know, Jerry operates a gymnasium down in Columbus, Georgia, and he's really a physical person, and these fellows work out constantly, and they really got their thing put together.
Nice move. High drop kick by Jerry Oates. X hits the floor. Arm drag takedown, goes for the tag. Ted Oates going to enter the ring.
Beautiful move as the tag is made. Ted moves in, cinches up on that arm bar, and is controlling the action. Someone else has joined us here, Michael, the lady who has put all this together, the promoter for Global International, Ann Gunkel.
The first lady of wrestling, I might add. Hello, Ann.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. There's some exciting matches tonight, and I'm really glad that Global's on the scene.
Outstanding job of matchmaking here tonight. Some of the most outstanding wrestlers in the world. You've been able to bring them right here to our arenas and, of course, to the fans at home.
Yes, we've gone all over the world and signed up some of the outstanding wrestlers that we've seen anywhere to come here tonight.
You know, Michael, we were talking about the Oates brothers being united. And of course, it was Ann Gunkel that reunited them, and with Global International Wrestling. We were talking back in the dressing room. Someone said, they didn't understand how brothers could have differences and be a tag team. And I reminded them that back in the 60s, the top tag team at that time, the Bastien brothers, I have actually seen them go to Fifth City in a dressing room after a match and go out 2 nights later and win a match as a team. So, you know, they separated. They're brothers and fight like brothers in a dressing room. When they go in that ring, then it's business as usual, and they're in there to take care of business.
Tables turned on Ted Oates now. Mr. Wrestling in, going to work. Smash to the midsection, one to the side of the head. Mr. Wrestling beginning to wear down Ted Oates. Lou, those punches, they take their toll.
They really do. You know, it's amazing how the power you can put behind an elbow smash. An elbow smash can really knock a man out if it's done properly.
High drop kick by Ted Oates. Mr. Wrestling reeling. He's going to take refuge on the floor.
Mr. Wrestling obviously found a shortcut home, Michael, because he was taking a battering. But it was a wise move. He backed away. He's going to regroup out there with his partner, get a little breather, and come back and try and put his offense together.
He was being worked over fairly well in the ring right there. Lou, Mr. Wrestling doesn't look too anxious to get back in between the ropes.
Well, if I were in his position, I wouldn't either, of course. But as I said earlier, they really have their hands full tonight because the Oates boys are really very, very fine wrestlers, and their reflex is unbelievable for men of their size.
Ted Oates remaining in the ring, going toe-to-toe. Mr. Wrestling going to back him into the corner. Tag is made to Jerry Oates. Here comes Jerry.
Jerry moving in now to do battle with Mr. Wrestling. I think it's very interesting. Been watching this masked man, Mr. Wrestling. I have no idea who he might be, but obvious that he has has a good amateur background. I think Lou would probably attest to that. But the man is cutting corners, taking shortcuts, but you got to be careful. He can go down to that mat and wrestle with you hole for hole, too, Michael.
Jerry Oates, the taller of the two brothers, looking to lock it up with Mr. Wrestling. Being a little cautious right here.
And rightly so. That's the way. If you don't know your opponent and know him well, you've got to move in there and move in easily. But Jerry, take it over. A couple beautiful hip tosses, and again, the masked man finds the ropes. He's going to take a breather, Michael.
If it gets a little hot in there, it looks like Mr. Wrestling's going to head for the ropes or head for the floor. Lou, it's very hard to pace yourself when you have a man who keeps running in and out of the ring like that.
Well, that's very true. But, you know, this fellow, Jerry Oates, is a very level-headed fellow. And he has tremendous power along with his reflex. And even if an error does occur or something, he can make up for it with the power that he has.
Masked man taking the battle right to Jerry Oates, double teaming in the corner. Tag made back into Mr. Wrestling. Mr. X in there momentarily. Flying mare coming out of the corner.
Both teams pacing themselves relatively well. Both teams tagging good here, Michael. So it's a pretty even battle down to this point. You know, wrestling, unlike other sports, Lou and I have discussed this before. You may change strategy 5 times within a minute period in that ring, where in other sports, baseball, football, the game stops. It's obvious that your opponents are changing strategy or talking over their strategy. You don't have that advantage in wrestling. You've got to be able to adjust with them, so it makes it much, much tougher.
Oates bringing Wrestling out of the corner. He reverses it. Ted Oates slammed into the buckle. High back body drop, center of the ring. Tag is made. Mr. X coming back in now. X going in. There's one to the side of the face.
That's illegal. Shouldn't be done. You know, the close fist is absolutely illegal, but they do get away with it if the referee doesn't see it.
It's very hard for one man to see 4 men's actions,
Oh,
is it
man,
not?
you can't win this one. Refereeing a tag team match is impossible. Very tough job. I've tried it, and it's very difficult.
Tag made. Mr. Wrestling back in. Going after Ted Oates. Oates reeling now from the double teaming by the masked pair.
They've got him on the ropes, and certainly they're in command, but Ted Oates is a good ring general. His strategy is one of a wily coyote, as the old saying goes. Right now, Ted needs to make that tag. These guys switching out of that ring is beautiful, the way the Oates brothers think as one. And certainly, I'm sure Jerry's ready to make that move as soon as brother can get across that ring and within reach for that tag.
Reverse chinlock being used now by Mr. Wrestling. He makes his way to the corner and will make the tag. X comes in. Double bolo chop to the back.
Snap mare by Mr. X. Goes in a reverse chinlock. Now the masked man in a position to put Oates where he's got to work to get out of that hold or reverse it, Michael. And the masked man gets a bit of a breather himself.
Without a doubt, the strategy of the masked pair is to keep the Oates brothers from making those tags that they would love to be doing right about now.
Yes, I know, but the masked boys are very, very good, but not as well coordinated as the Oates boys. Apparently, they just haven't done the homework as well, you know, because it's a very difficult timing. It's such an important thing in tag team wrestling.
Tag is made again. Mr. X back in the ring on Ted Oates quickly. Whips him to the ropes. Oates coming in high. Knee lifted, a beauty. And then quickly, Mr. Wrestling trying to keep Oates from making a tag to Jerry Oates. Ted does make the tag, and Jerry's going to town.
And Jerry, you battle with both of them by himself, Michael, and some beautiful moves. Now, Ted Oates back into this one, and we've got a Pier 6er on our hands.
An explosion in the ring. Both masked pair, they're going to put the Oates together. No, sir, reversal. And the masked pair slam together in the center of the ring. Jerry Oates for a body slam on Mr. X. Coming in, setting up and going for the figure 4. No, a spinning toe. I beg your pardon, a spinning toe.
Yes, he has him. He's got to concede. He had to concede.
Without a doubt, a submission hold. He looked like he was going to set the figure 4, and at the last minute, he goes into the spinning toe hold.
Beautiful move on the Oates brothers' part. They come up with an important win.
Kids, it's circus time at Jackson Coliseum, the Royal Police Circus, and we're all going to be there. And let me tell you what we've got there. We've got horses, ponies, dogs, tigers, elephants, things going up, aerialists, beautiful girls, ugly boys. We've got everything at the circus. It's going to be May the 7th at the Coliseum, the Royal Police Circus. So be there. It's a hair-raising show, and let me tell you, it is hair-raising.
Brooks's Barn does it right. Come bring your family and your appetite. Delicious fish and barbecue. You're even gonna love the view.
Brooksy Sanderson and his hard-working crew invite you out Tuesday through Saturday from 5 to 9 to enjoy their huge 21-foot buffet featuring barbecue, ribs, fish, vegetables, salads, and pineapple fritters. Carry-out service till 6, and for party catering, call Mary at Brooksy's Barn, 561 Oil Well Road.
Clayton Mobile Homes is going crazy pricing homes. One example, a new 1985 Clayton home, fully carpeted, totally electric, completely delivered and set up on your property, $9,450. You heard right, $9,450. And at Clayton's, remember, an acre and a deed, that's all you need. Don't you bring no money. Come by Clayton Homes, Highway 45 South, where that mobile home just keeps on revolving in the sky.
Hello, my name is Samantha. My fiance and I won a trip to the Caribbean islands simply by listening to the awesome FM, Kix 96.
I'm Peggy Fuller, and I won $9,696.96 just by listening to Kix 96.
Hi, I'm Superwolf for the Awesome FM, reminding you that Kix 96 is WFKX, where the winning is just beginning.
We're going to be back in the wrestling ring in just a moment. I am standing right now, and I don't mean to bring this in here as a lecture, but I do think that it's important that we bring out the truth of the matter. We're standing with the PYT, Norvell, Austin, Coco Ware, and Tux Newman, their manager. Now, we have received a great many complaints about you guys interrupting television championship wrestling, coming in there with belts, whipping everything in sight. Oh, well, you know you had them in there.
In other words, you said your wife and your kids sent mail in, right? That's the many letters. Look, we're not playing Girl Scout meeting. We're not selling cookies. We're not trying to make friends and influence people. What we are trying to do is go out there and wrestle by the book, scientifically, straight down the line. This is Punishment Incorporated, PYT. We go in there, we dish it out. Yeah. They want to give it to us back, let them try. So far, nobody has. That's why they are the champions and why I am their manager. Do you understand that? Do those people understand that?
Oh, I understand.
Nobody's writing in. You're just saying that because you're prejudiced toward the PYT.
Oh,
you are prejudiced.
Not only some of the fans,
but
you've gotten the attention of some of the wrestling teams.
That's right. If you want some of that leather, we'll give your attention to. You understand that?
Talking about. You stay with the guys in the ring because there's a lot of them looking for.
Go ahead. Let me tell you one thing, boy. And I said, boy, get that right now. You talking about y'all getting a lot of complaints from people. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Find somebody big and bad to make us stop the stuff that we're doing because we love it. Our manager love it.
Can't find nobody.
That's right. You just find somebody that can do it because we big and bad and we get out here and brag. But I'm going to tell you one thing. We going to bag every word up that we say. I guarantee you that.
You see, Russell, we got a bunch of kids out there and they need a beating because their parents didn't give them a beating when they was knee-high to a duck. So the pretty young things, baby, is going around beating up on everybody with those straps.
Well, you're so proud of it. Let's stand here and take a look at just some examples of what you guys
Why
did.
not?
Look at this.
What a big deal.
Let's see.
Coco Ware and Norvell up there just beating the stew out of the backs. They've got welts all over their back. That's terrible, Coach. You want blood. It ought to be yours. You get these guys stopped and out of there. More after Oshie, and they are clobbering Julius. Here comes Tyson and Ashley. Boy, you wait. They'll get theirs. They're going to get theirs. You think they're going to get away with this kind of stuff out here? You come out here and say you can't control them. You better get them out of there. They'll end up getting it. Well, there it is. We saw it right there.
You saw all of Stan Lane and Steve Kerr jump in the ring first. They started lighting us with those belts. You seen Custom Ashley. You seen the Backboards. Everybody's been jumping on our backs with those straps. And we're sick of it. You saw it. Hey, you edit that tape up wrong. Won't you show the real tape out, man? What's wrong with you? Come on. Show the real tape out. You're wrong.
That's what the calls and letters are complaining about.
What did I say about prejudice? I said you're prejudiced. These people are prejudiced. And I'll tell you why. Because these are the finest wrestlers to ever put on a pair of tights. That's why why they're the champions. Yeah. We're Stan and Steve. They're running, they're hiding, and they'll continue to do so. Why? Because they know they have met their match in the PYT. They know that they have no chance of staying in the South and ever hoping to get those belts back. Right, Stan and Steve? Why don't you write letters? In fact, those are where the letters are coming from. Stan and Steve. You see, they're sitting down and they're typing letters. Then Stan has his girlfriend type a letter. Then they have all the other little girls type letters. The 6-year-olds are sitting there typing letters, and all these letters are coming in. And they mean nothing. They mean garbage, because these are the champions. And these men will continue to dish out punishment.
That's right, baby.
With one goal in mind, to continue to hold the belts, which they will do forever and ever. Don't forget it, Russell.
Yeah, I hear it. There's no team around here, Russell, that can beat the pretty young thing.
We're going to find that out. We've got some. As a matter of fact, we're going to take time out now. But we will be back in just a moment and talk about some of the other teams.
Free money! Hey, come and get your free money at Country Boy Waterbands. 1-year financing on any waterband is now free. No interest for 1 full year. You get to use our money for free. This free money is going fast, so bring your good credit to Country Boy Waterbands, where there's
no down payment.
At Country Boy Waterbeds, we just want to say, if you ain't sleeping on water,
If you ain't sleeping on water,
if you ain't sleeping on water, you water.
From the director of Police Academy comes a story of brazen brutality.
Got to go out and get him.
I can't. It wouldn't be nice.
Wild women.
What's your name, by the way?
Rex.
My dog's name is Rex.
And a hero who could dress.
Where did you get that shirt?
On a horse who could dance.
Wish my horse could do that.
Tom Berenger, Rustler's Rhapsody, rated PG.
Starts Friday, May 10th in Jackson. Check local listings for theaters and times.
Studio of Tux Newman in the PYT, at least for the moment, and we're going to talk about a tag team that I think a lot of you remember. It's going to be interesting to see them back in the ring together, because everybody knew about them at one time. I mean, Jerry Jarrett and Tojo Yamamoto. They know the story. Jerry Jarrett was a protege of Tojo Yamamoto's and ultimately ended up as partners. And, brother, let me tell you, they had some fabulous bouts. Let's take a look at some of that.
Well, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring in Jackson. It's been about 3 or 3.5 years, and without sounding corny, I just want to tell all the fans that I sure have missed the business. I've missed them. I've missed being in the ring, and I've missed Tojo Yamamoto. This is the man that he and I were together for 7 or 8 years, up and down the roads, day and night, and I know at times he got tired of me, but I sure have missed him the last 3 years, and I'm looking forward to being back in the ring with him.
Yes, I want to tell all my fans that about 3 or 4 years now that I've been so miserable. I've been wrestling, and it is not the same like my Tojo Yamamoto. But now I have a big surprise, and I'm so happy that my protege is coming back and wrestle with me. And now all together, my heart is 100%, and I'm going to be the new Tojo Yamamoto. And with my new protege, I tell you, we're going to clean up business, and we're going to take off anybody, any team that you want.
Well, there it is. We thought you'd enjoy seeing it, and I know you're going to enjoy seeing them back together again. In addition to that, we're going to go right now to a match that's a single bout. Bobby Colt, Austin Idol, both from Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's join that bout in progress.
You know, besides the great wrestler that he is, and you'll see him in action in just a few seconds, fans, he always has a little something extra that he gives his wrestling matches, and I think it makes it all the more exciting for wrestling fans. I think they really pick up on him. Some don't like it, but I think the majority do, don't you?
Yeah, and I love the fact that Idol enjoys it himself. I mean, there's no question about it. He loves the spirit of competition. He's going to get some right now.
All right, the bell is rung. One fall with a 60-minute time limit. The Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol, taking on Bobby Colt. And it should, and you can see Austin Idol is urging the crowd, let me hear you. And Bobby Colt, aggravated, steps outside the ring. He doesn't want to hear it. He wants action. But Colt, I don't think think Colt likes the early tactics of Austin Idol. Does he, Lance?
Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get Colt in there because he wants some action, too, and the crowd wants it. This is just the way Austin loves to get a match started.
You know there's a lot to it. You've been following wrestling for a number of years, Lance. You're a veteran wrestling commentator. Let me ask you this. If a man psychologically starts and gets the edge, doesn't that play a tremendous part in a professional wrestling match?
Dynamite observation, Freddie. You call it right on a button, and you know, you can take a young guy with a lot of talent, but when he doesn't know that fact that you just pointed out there and you put him in with a veteran, it can turn the tide right away from the beginning.
One thing about Colt, the arm bar being applied by Idol, he decided discretion was the better part of valor, stepped into the ropes, broke the hold, and now he's back at it again. A hip toss by Austin Idol. Bobby Colt right back up and at him. I think Colt's wondering here in the early moments of the match just how he's going to solve the Universal Heartthrob, who has, to put it very mildly, a really interesting variety and a very interesting bag of tricks. Another hip toss by Austin Idol. And Colt complaining, but right now I don't know what he's got to complain about. Seems to me everything the Universal Heartthrob's done has been most legal, and at the moment he's been the sole aggressor in this match. I think Colt's kind of feeling him out, getting himself together.
A lot of the strategy, I think, too, Freddie, sometimes is that if I complain to the referee enough, attention will be had, and he's going to give me a break whether I deserve it or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like a basketball coach complaining a lot during this, and finally he'll get a call at a critical time. All that bickering may pay off, all that complaining. But Colt hasn't got the better of any of the early exchanges. Could it be he is outmatched, Lance?
I think he was outmatched when, as you pointed out a little earlier, when Austin started out with that psych on him with the crowd. He was done right then and there. He just doesn't know it.
2 and 3 overhead rights, though, by Colt, and he's beginning to make a showing here, and a right to the midsection. Another overhead right. He staggers Austin Idol. Another solid right to the back of the head, and another right to the midsection. It seems to me while he holds with his left hand, Colt likes to use his right, Lance.
Yeah, Colt is doing something, anything, and brother, I mean that literally, whether it's within the rules or not, in order to try to get an advantage on Austin Idol. And Idol thus far being able to weather the storm, but he's going to need to make a comeback here in just a moment.
Yeah, Colt's letting him have it. A boot to the midsection, solid right to the face. Colt's pouring it on. A double fist to the back of the neck. And another one. That two-handed fist, that'll smart. And here's Idol. He's taking about all he wants to take right now. And as Lance told you, Austin Idol wants to come back now. He doesn't want this to go any further before his opponent gets too much confident. There's 3, 4 lefts and a right, all by Austin Idol.
You notice, Freddie, he's not bashful about using that fist when the time comes. He'll hold off and flat let you have it, and he has done that to Bobby Colt.
Well, he sure has. Now he's really pounding away on Colt, has him on the canvas, and is really pounding away, and Colt shaken up. I think the crowd seems to get with it. Every time Idol makes a move, though, I would say the crowd, tough knee to the midsection by Austin Idol. Could this be the figure 4 coming, Lance?
He loves that Las Vegas leg lock, and this is it. He's going for the submission, Freddie. Referee Jerry Calhoun asking Bobby Colt, how about it? How about it? That's it.
He got it. He got it. In 4 minutes and 32 seconds of a slam-bang match that had very little time out, it had action from start to finish. There's your winner, Austin Idol. And so the Universal Heartthrob came through to the joy of thousands here on hand. And Lance, I think the crowd loved it.
Oh, you know it. They really go for the Idol. And by golly, he gave them what they came to see, that Las Vegas leg lock. He poured it to him, came out in 4 minutes, 32 seconds, was in fact the winner over Bobby Colt.
Ooh, a
seen some sizzling cars, but boy, I got to tell you, tomorrow night, right there in the Mid-South, in the Jackson Coliseum, 8 o'clock, you're going to be seeing something else. It will include a final bout that will have Dr. D, David Schultz, Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo on one side of the ring, the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve, and Jerry the King Lawler on the other side. This has got the makings of one of the great tag matches I've seen.
You're right about that, but isn't it real convenient, Lance? Isn't it convenient for Randy Savage that all of a sudden he's surrounding himself with Dr. D and his wimp brother Leapin' Lanny? You know, originally, Lance, I was standing out here last week, and originally you was reading a card that said that the King was going to take on Randy Savage in a single match. Now, all of a sudden, we get word that it's been changed to a six-man tag. Now, what do we read into this, fellas? He's trying to protect himself, Lance. It's pure and simple. Let me tell you something, Savage. You got Dr. D and you got that wimp brother of yours, but as I've said before, you could hide behind King Kong and Godzilla, and I'm going to get to you. I promise you that. In Jackson, Tennessee, you're looking at two men right here that can handle any two men in the world, brother. And they're going to handle Dr. D and Leapin' Lanny, and they're going to leave what's left. That's garbage. That's you, Savage. They're going to leave that for me. Am I right, fellas?
Right. You know, Savage is scared, brother. What did he do? He went out and found the biggest, the baddest man in the world. He looked at all the cable TVs, all the satellites, and said, I want that Dr. D on my side. Let me tell you something. You don't like Jackson, Dr. D? Well, the fams kind of do like Jackson. There's a lot of pretty ladies there, a lot of nice people, and we're coming there, and we're going to see you. We know you're bad. We know you're big, but, brother, we ain't chopped liver either. And as far as you, Savage, and that little wimp, Twinkle-Toes brother, Leapin' Lanny, what about him, Steve? Lanny, huh?
Leapin' Lanny hasn't never got anything to say. What's the matter? Your mouth sewed up, Leapin' Lanny? Why don't you stick your face up there and just add a little bit to it?
Tomorrow night, right there in the Coliseum in Jackson.
10.99% fixed rate financing. Yep, you heard it right, folks. Payments stay the same at Green Acres Mobile Homes in Union City, where $500 down and up to 10 years to pay will buy one of a select group of pre-owned homes at 10.99% fixed rate financing. Buy from a group of new homes that are fully furnished, have central air, 1 year's insurance, and no down payment for as low as $243 per month. Buy our everyday special, just $89.95, and don't forget our $500 down, 10.99% fixed rate specials happening right now at Green Acres Mobile Homes. Don't you miss it.
This is Tricky Dicky. 99 cents down, 99 cents a month. You call me win.
Hello, I'm Joe Mahan of Mahan Motor City. I'm not here to hype you. I've been a Ford Lincoln Mercury dealer for 11 years, and now I also handle AMC Jeep Renault. We're putting Paris, Tennessee on the map as having the best prices and largest selection. We're located at 211 Memorial Drive in Paris. Nobody beats a Joe Mahan deal. Nobody.
Coming up right now on Championship Wrestling, let's go down to the ring, join Les Thatcher and Michael St. John as we look at the Constant and Ashley going against the team of Golden Boy Chick Donovan and Jerry Bryant.
Back to action here on Global International Wrestling. Quite an arrival and an entrance by Steve Constant and Tim Ashley. They had this crowd buzzing.
Absolutely, and of course, Chick Donovan, I believe, a little envious because he comes to the ring with the music, too, and I think he was hoping for the same response from the crowd. But, of course, it's obvious that Constant and Ashley are the crowd favorites. I've heard a lot of great things about these two young fellows, Michael, and I'm anxious to see them in action.
They're a young, outstanding team hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, and they work very, very well together. Well built. Some of the young ladies think they're a very fine-looking pair in that ring also. They lock up collar and elbow. Chick Donovan starting for his team against Steve Constant.
Of course, Donovan, the former United States junior heavyweight champion, and Donovan is a veteran campaigner. And as you can see, he's got his little flair for showmanship. But he is, I say, a veteran campaigner. He's a tough man in that squared circle. He, along with his partner, Jerry Bryant, will be a test for Constant and Ashley.
A stiff test indeed. Nice reversal that time by Steve Constant on Donovan. Donovan reaching for the leg, comes up inside toe hold. Constant kicking quickly out of it, and then both men are back to their feet.
The scouting reports I've read about Constant and Ashley is that they're complete. They can do it all. They've got the speed, they've got the power, the wrestling skill and knowledge. It's just a matter of putting it all together with the experience, and I believe that they're going to certainly be one of the top tag team combinations around the world, Michael.
Constant off the ropes. Ooh, tripped up as he came over the top of Chick Donovan's side headlock. Steps him down quickly to the canvas. Jerry Bryant, Donovan's partner, watching intently from ringside.
You notice how quickly Donovan was right on top of him. He saw Constant make the miscue and slipped as he went down. Chick was right there to take advantage of it. He makes the tag. We're going to have a first look at Jerry Bryant.
Earlier in the the program, we had former undisputed world heavyweight champion Lou Thez with us. And, of course, this man, Chick Donovan, former U.S. junior heavyweight champion, takes a lot to be a champion.
It certainly does. You mentioned Lou Thez. Here's a man who was his own dynasty. He was like the Yankees or the Celtics of their era as a dynasty. 18 and a half years, as you mentioned, to the fans, undisputed. And I say once again, undisputed world heavyweight kingpin.
For the first time now in the match, we see Tim Ashley in the ring. Ashley and Bryant. Ashley with an arm bar twisting on the wrist. Pressure on. Bryant going to the floor, coming quickly back to his feet.
Nice skip up by Jerry Bryant, but it's still Ashley controlling. And these young gentlemen are impressive to look at, too. You know, if we decide to stop wrestling now, we could run Donovan in there along with Constant and Ashley and have a bodybuilding contest. Three beautiful specimens of American athletes.
Seeing a lot of upper body strength on all three athletes.
Absolutely. Of course, we can't take anything away from the legs either. And, of course, you know, styles change, fads change, and with the speed that's been instilled in professional wrestling in the last couple of years, leg wrestlers are almost extinct. A thing in the past, very few guys still wrestle and concentrate on the legs, Michael. As you say, everyone's working upper body strength, and everyone's using that upper body power to control.
A lot of emphasis being placed on quickness and speed in the wrestling ring these days.
Absolutely. I think that goes without saying in every sport. You see, everyone's getting bigger, basketball, football, but they're getting more speed and more agility. There's nothing to see a man at 6'6" any longer, 260 or 270, that moves like a man half that size.
Ashley maintaining the advantage on Jerry Bryant with that armbar, now compounds it into a hammerlock. Ashley, forward roll, takes the head scissors. Bryant out very quickly. Bryant trying to find his corner in Chick Donovan's hand, but unfortunately he's not in the right corner. He's in a neutral corner. Bryant's looking for that tag. Ashley keeping him away.
I'm being impressed by Tim Ashley. Good combinations on the hole, staying right on top of his opponent. Look at there. Bryant diving, trying to make that tag, but those couple of inches might as well be a mile, Michael.
Chick Donovan headed into the ring anyway, claiming to the referee that indeed a tag was made. Referee was right on top of it, of course. Tag now made between Ashley and Constant.
Donovan, a very flamboyant wrestler, and he will use that flamboyance to distract his opponents and or the referee when the occasion arises.
Bryant backing Steve Constant into the rope now. Constant had the advantage. Bryant takes it away. Going to bring him off the rope. Side headlock now. Constant not going to stand for him. Sends him to the ropes. Nice shoulder smash by Jerry Bryant. Bryant again off the ropes. Third time. Constant ducks. Catches him. Hip toss. Takedown. Down goes Bryant. Arm drag. Takedown. He's down again.
Steve Constant's on the offense, but I've got to give it to Jerry Bryant to this degree, Michael. He realizes that his two opponents have the edge in size and power, so he's going to keep the match, as far as his offense is concerned, moving, and he has done just that. So you've got to give him that much credit. He knows where he's going with his end of this match, and he's trying to make them wrestle his style.
Bryant takes the advantage away. Arm twist. Tag made now finally on Chick Donovan. Donovan right back in, going right after that left arm. You see a lot of wrestlers work to the left side of the body.
Absolutely. There you saw Chick going for the trip at the takedown as Constant was moving backwards. Both men going down, but Donovan still right there and maintaining advantage. Throwing those forearms and completely legal.
Donovan catches him with that elbow. Powerful one across the top of the chest. Goes for a cover. Count of one is all he got. Constant up from underneath very quickly that time.
This may be the point where Donovan's experience may take over, because it looks, Chick missing on as he goes for that clothesline. Couldn't quite catch his man, but has a scoop slam and recovers beautifully, Mike.
Coming off the rope, drops the elbow across the chest, goes for the pin, loops that leg, count of two, but Constant out from underneath. Donovan with a near pin that time.
Donovan moving in maybe a little too quickly there, but trying to gain that pin. But now they're back in the driver's seat. They need to settle it down and maintain that control, because as I can see right now, Constant and Ashley are not going to be easy to put away.
Tag made, fresh man in the ring, Jerry Bryant going right back after Steve Constant, trying to neutralize him into the corner and keep him away from the tag. Bryant getting dangerously close to Tim Ashley over there, who wants in.
Again, Bryant with that headlock going back, breaks it, goes right back to it. He's got Donovan in that corner. And now, obviously, Bryant working well off the instructions of Chick Donovan, which should be the way. The veteran is controlling his team.
Clotheslined him that time. Chick Donovan caught him. He missed that earlier, but he went for it again. 1, 2. And once again, Steve Constant out from underneath. That's some kind of second win, Les.
Certainly, hey, again, brilliant. Constant and Ashley, they're impressing me with each move. Donovan, the veteran, has got to be a bit upset. He's tried to put this man away twice now, has been unsuccessful, and he makes the tag to Jerry Bryant, and you can bet Donovan's going to be outside scratching his head and wondering, what am I going to do to put these two youngsters away?
Quick double team there now. Jerry Bryant taking over on Steve Constant. Constant has been in the ring for a long time. Kick to the midsection that time. Bryant going to bring him out, snap there.
Good move by Jerry Bryant, and again, realizing that he has to maintain control and give away some size. He's got a good hold here. That reverse chance, reverse chin lock, whichever you prefer. He's in a good posture to maintain that position. Constant's going to have to battle to get away. In the meantime, Jerry has him on his side of the ring. Good strategy.
Tim Ashley arousing the crowd across the way. They want Steve Constant to make the tag. I am most impressed here right now at this moment with Jerry Bryant. He is seeming to control the texture of the match.
Obviously, and of course, it's obvious that he and Donovan have not had that much experience as a team, so the fact that they're in this and have kept the match relatively even, Steven, has to be to their advantage.
Constant trying to come back, caught again, side headlock, tag made. Here comes Chick Donovan, chop under the heart. Going head to the turnbuckle. Chick Donovan got Steve Constant. There's a punch to the side of the face.
I've watched Donovan a lot of times, and I can tell he's getting anxious. Chicky's getting anxious. He wants to put his opponents away, but I've also seen that cost him down the line too, Michael, so we've just got to wait and see.
Tag is made. Bryant back in, working over Constant on the ropes. Referee trying to get Chick Donovan out of the ring. Finally succeeds. Jerry Bryant going to work on Steve Constant. Bryant, one to the midsection.
Bryant, with the tenacity of a little bulldog, and certainly as many times as Constant has hit him and tried to fight out of that corner, Jerry Bryant has hung right in there and maintained control. He has been impressive.
Snap air from the ropes, goes into that reverse chin lock. Bryant and Constant locked up in the middle of the ring. This may not be a very bright maneuver as far as Jerry Bryant's strategy here, because he's giving Steve Constant maybe an opportunity to catch his wind.
Give him a little wind, but if Constant's going to do anything, he's got to either reverse it or break it, which means he's got to exert himself. And really, as Jerry Bryant's getting a little bit of a rest and a little bit of wind himself here, Michael.
Voice of the master speaks, and here comes Steve Constant out after Jerry Bryant. Reverse back body drop.
Good desperation move by Constant. Now he's in the driver's seat. Let's see what he's going to do here. He needs to make the tag. Look at Jerry Bryant.
Reversal.
Yes.
Sunset flip. 1, 2. Count of 2 is all he got. Ashley in to negate the oncoming charge of Chick Donovan. Now all 4 men in the ring.
To see if our referee can maintain control. We've got 4 wrestlers in there. And then Donovan and Ashley need to go outside, but look at them battle.
Wow, melee. They're going after Chick Donovan across the ring. Going to double him up off the rope. There's the drop kick to the midsection. Tim Ashley now grabbing Jerry Bryant. Donovan coming to the floor. Bryant whip. Picks him up. High, up and over. Double slam.
Oh, they came within inches of throwing him right out of that ring. They're going to try for the body press, and they've got it, Mike.
They wrapped him up with a pin. Impressive victory for Steve Constant and Tim Ashley.
There's only one way for these 2 young gentlemen to go, and that is up. I was thoroughly impressed. A tough battle by Bryant and Chicky Donovan, but Ashley and Constant came up with a big win.
Driving along, and I'm looking for a garage sale or a house that's being wrecked. All of a sudden, there's this woman standing out by the curb, messing around in the trash cans in front of a house.
White woman?
Yeah. She's got orange hair, and she's wearing a negligee.
Don't mess around with him, boy.
This negligee was one of them see-through things, and she was wearing a pair of mules.
Don't fool around with them, especially if they wearing them mules.
Sanford & Son, weeknights at 10:30 on Channel 7.
Hello. Have you been hearing Ted Lewis talking about the sale they're having at Showcase Mobile Homes? Well, I'm here to tell you, I've seen those homes, and they are beautiful, spacious, too, up to 2,100 square feet. Listen, they're knocking $2,000 off the price on these double wides. And where do you hear this? You can get up to $1,200 on your choice of a satellite dish, a well, or a septic tank when you buy any of their double wides. No money down to qualified buyers. So what are you waiting for? They'll treat you right at Showcase.
By golly, I'll tell you one thing. When Jerry the King Lawler has a special, it is in fact special, because here is a man that is an exception. He has done it all except win the World Heavyweight Championship. The King right now has on his mind the Macho Man who put him out of action for 3 weeks. Let's take a look now at the very special Jerry Lawler.
May God bless and keep you always.
the time we got. Back again next week, and we'll see you for Championship Wrestling. Until that time, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
Alexander Real Estate and Auction announces a public land sale Saturday, May 11th at 12 noon, located 10 miles south of Union City on 45 West. Bid on over 1,500 acres of prime Obion River bottom land, offered in 6 tracts, 1,026 acres in 1 field. 15% down day of sale, balance 30 days upon delivery of deed. Equipment sells at 1 p.m., land at 2. Contact Alexander Real Estate and Auction Sales, 587-4244 in Martin, Tennessee.
Championship Wrestling comes to the Jackson Coliseum Sunday, May the 5th at 8 p.m. with ticket prices $4, $5, and $6. 7 big matches that will include the Batten Twins, Billy Travis, Steve Constant, and Tim Ashley, Jerry Oski, and you'll be seeing Jerry Jarrett and Tojo Yamamoto returning to go against the PYT Express, Norvell Austin, and Coco Ware. A 6-man main event, Jerry Lawler and the Fabulous Ones against Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo, and David Schultz, Sunday, May the 5th.
Hey, that's it. A perfect gift for a man who's got everything. And Yamamoto.
It certainly will be a surprise.
How can you watch the prisoners like a hawk when he's as blind as a bear?
I thought you set the timer.
Saturday on WBBJ TV.
They say people don't want to work anymore. They're wrong. If you want peace, work for justice. A message from the Campaign for Human Development, United States Catholic Conference.
Driving along and I'm looking for a garage sale or a house that's being wrecked. All of a sudden, there's this woman standing out by the curb messing around in the trash cans in front of a house.
White woman?
Yeah. She's got orange hair and she's wearing a negligee.
Don't mess around with him, boy.
This negligee was one of them see-through things and she was wearing a pair of mules.
Don't fool around with them, especially if they wearing them mules.
Sanford & Son, weeknights at 10:30 on Channel 7.
Hello. Have you been hearing Ted Lewis talking about the sale they're having at Showcase Mobile Homes? Well, I'm here to tell you, I've seen those homes, and they are beautiful, spacious, too, up to 2,100 square feet. Listen, they're knocking $2,000 off the price on these double wides. And where do you hear this? You can get up to $1,200 on your choice of a satellite dish, a well, or a septic tank when you buy any of their double wides. No money down to qualified buyers. So what do you